Welcome back, everybody, to another exciting Squad Rivals tournament match. My name is Socrates, your shoutcaster for today. Today is December 1st, 2024, midnight Pacific time zone, my time. It's pretty late in the night, but for everybody else, it's probably in the middle of the day. But anyways, in this wonderful legendary match, we have the two legendary teams, OWLS versus ULD. It's been a long time since we've seen these two teams from Shoutcasting on the channel, but these two teams have trained for many, many years to get to this point. They are very good, very legendary, strategic, all about teamwork, and all about that high energy. We're about to see some of the greatest gameplay Squad has ever seen since its creation. Without further ado, I'll see you all on the front lines. This is the first round, so if you're tuning in just now, hope that you enjoy the round. We're on a 15-minute delay to prevent any stream sniping. My name is Socrates again, your shoutcaster. Enjoy the show, and let's get immersed. All right, let's go ahead and see what we got here. We're going to be on the ULD team on the first round. Looks like this will be the Russian Airborne Forces. The Russian forces. Let's go ahead and make the squad here. Looks like all the squads are created. We'll make the casting squad and we'll lock the squad accordingly. We'll spawn in immediately. Staging phase is 2.5 minutes, so we got a lot of time. Alright, let's see what we got. Alright. Here's what we got. So situations as follows. Really interesting map. So this is a very particularly custom Narva map layer for the Rivals mod. So you can see it's a bit more centered into the focus points here. It's a diagonal push along the flags going zigzag like this. Russian forces, ULD, will be starting on the northern side of the map, and on the southern side, the OWLS team will be on the US forces on the south. Middle flag here as follows. Let's see, that is at Crab's Crossing at the middle of the bridge here. First flag, as you can see, at Narva Heights up there, and then they go zigzag to the west to the barn, and then to the mid flag over here at Crossing, and then Oru Village to the southwest, and then over here to Power Plant Apartments here. Again, this is a lot of zigzag maneuvers around the map. We could already see ULD marking a lot of multiple move marks to take a wide upside down V push to try to get a really solid horizontal push and security along Narva. Narva is a very urban map, a lot of apartment buildings, and so they got to make sure that by having a split push as they push from north to south, having the territory control, especially near the mid flag, is extremely critical for the team's success. Likewise, the southern teams here, they're going to have to make sure that they also get a horizontal push going as well. They have to divert their teams along the northeast and the northwest, and of course along the north side as well. Everybody's going to be spread around, and this is extremely critical. FOB activations, not sure where yet exactly, but we can see on the western side here, the southern OWLS team is going to focus on the northwest, especially at Oru Village. Got a couple red flag marks, not sure what that means yet, but we'll see soon. And this is it. The match is about to begin. The vehicles available right now, we got a Sprut SD M1 and a BTR available, a couple Tigers and transports and Logi trucks. On the enemy team, Logis as well with an LEV along with the M1128 MGS and a couple Humvees there as well. No helicopters, but ground vehicles and very devastating vehicles at that. The round begins in 2 seconds, and here we go. Let's get in it. Jeez. So right now we're going to the front lines. Let's go. Alright, here we go. Overall map flows as follows. You can see on the south side, vehicles rolling out, BTR and the heavy vehicle on the south behind the convoy flank. On the north side, same thing. Heavy vehicles along with the vehicle here on the north side, backing up the teammates. Go ahead and hover. A couple move marks surrounding Crab Crossing on the center of the map right now. The great thing about this is that we can quickly teleport to the front lines by locking into a vehicle or any player as well, and able to access their first-person view. Looks like the first vehicle about to get the engagements right now is on the western side against Ice Cream OP squad. Here we go. Looks like a vehicle takes the diversion right now. Kill feed is on the top left of the screen, in case you're wondering. First Logi disembarks. Oru Village. A rush on Oru Village right now from Squad 3. With OWL Squad 10 backing up security along with secondary Squad 2. Gonna get into one of the POVs here. There you go. OWL Supra Kafuzaka. That's it. The engagements are now happening right now. LAV on the south side, red team going eastbound. This backup commander's FOB on the east. First kill from Karma's Light. Overall map flows as follows. A lot of destroyed vehicles on the bridge at Oru. Oh, sorry, Crab's Crossing. Let me update the stream title. It just got refreshed again. Give me just a second here. There we go. Okay, it's fixed. Looks like OWL's taking full security under the bridge right now. Double squads against 2 other squads from the blue team. With LAV supporting the northern side. Poison up there. And a southern FOB activation from OWLS inside the building in the south. With a new FOB activation from blue team direct on Crab's Crossing right outside the northeastern edge right there in the apartments. The BTR moving on the northeastern side for the blue team, providing that security right now as red team clusters double squads on top of the bridge at the mid flag. Overall map flows as follows. Going up here, double blue squads here on the northwestern side, trying to lock out the secondary flag at Oru Village against squad 10 and 12 from the red team. But OWLS right now, they're making sure they stay on the flag point right now. Try to lock onto one of these players here. Over here, overall map flows as follows here. Situation, cap. Even. Couple small arms engagements right now from OWLS and ULD players. BTR, Poison, and Rama on the western side, providing that western security against Oru Village. But Oru Village is about to get capped right now. It's 78% and counting. Flag cap status on the top there of the screen. Is we can go ahead and monitor that. As we get quickly to the bridge, bridge will be the next flag, and Commander's FOB to the south, looking pretty solid right now. Heavy vehicle led by Sergeant False and Saint False and Saint Gloriana, holding out the western side, also keeping watch with Commander with the LAV in the south. About to engage right now, heading up to the bridge. Going up close and personal on the bridge. That's what we're dealing with. This Narva map layer, specifically customized for Rivals, has introduced a lot of ruined and wrecked vehicles here, along with a lot of sandbags, providing a lot of covers and opportunities for infantry to do very solid camouflage maneuvers and using it as backup and cover as they make approach from the bottom of the bridge or on the top. Looks like OWLS is now pushing northeast close to the FOB hab over here where the radio's at. On the northwestern side, OWLS has now pushed more into the north with triple squads up here. On the eastern side, how's this looking? The eastern flag in Narva Heights is capped along with Narova Barn. I'll call it Barn flag for simplicity here. Double north flags are okay. Small squad 5 taking small arm engagements right now from OWL players. That's Chemical and Gill from ULD. They're trying to sniff out the OWL players up there, but they're going to be busy up here. Mortars now being utilized along with vehicle engagements right now over here with OWLS devastating the FOB in the northeast, with FOB taking heavy hits from mortars right now as blue team vehicles start moving up northeast to try to surround the area and try to hold out their FOB. Overall map flows as follows. So it's a really interesting approach that both teams are taking right now. Red team, OWLS, activating just southwest of the bridge, middle flag right here, but a bit away from the danger. The blue team, ULD, activating right next to the northeastern side of the bridge, but they're already taking a lot of mortar fire, and the OWLS players are overrunning the HAB by sheer numbers, and they have full control of the bridge right now. There's a lot of small arms fire going around. Even though the blue vehicles are moving around the northern end, the red team right now have a dominant advantage on the bridge. On the western side, a couple blue players from ULD causing a bit of devastation right now on this western area, but keep in mind the flag is now going to be capped already by the red team to the point where the red team is going to focus further capping the mid flag. Monitoring the situation at Oru Village. Explosions going out. The kill feed right now. Owls and Mortars getting some good kills right now for ULD. That's Stubbs taking out St. 80. Explosives dead on the mark right there. That's so interesting. The mortar users from both teams, as we watch throughout this match, they're going to be very accurate mortars. Very accurate mortars. Once they launch on the target, they do not miss. That's squad comp for you. These mortar players do not miss at all. And they get launched immediately. Within 10 seconds after the mortar request mark is launched down, the mortars come down directly on fire. Going up here right now on the northeastern side, looks like the blue team along with BTR support ULD along squad 2, holding out the FOB for security. Multiple explosions going down right now. Destruction from ULD Trojan taking out the logistics truck. Looks like ULD. Let's go ahead and check out what we have here under the HAB. It's very interesting. So the HAB, the radio placement, is right next to the staircase in the corner room here. Let me actually go under. So in the room here, the HAB... Jeez Louise. HAB is also inside the same building. On the eastern side, OWLS has a couple people on the east just trying to make sure there's no back FOBs, especially some mortar FOBs that can cause devastation against the OWLS team. But looks like they're so far so good. The blue team has already been pushed back to the HAB. Blue team clustered more here. Even though we have squad 5 here, led by Chemicals, is not too much of a threat against the red team here. But squad 3 down here from OWLS is going to make sure that the eastern borderline here on the east is secured, so that the red team here can have a smoother assault against the FOB from the blue team. On the western side here, a lot of trickling blares around, but they're going to be busy on the western sector. So we can see throughout the map. Very interesting too, something I want to highlight. The blue team ULD, in addition to the eastern FOB at the bridge, they have a back FOB utilizing mortars up here in the northwestern side, facing down southeast to support the blue team members on the bridge. So right now we have two different front lines. Of course, we have the middle bridge line with the horizontal, and we have one at diagonal in the southwest. Now you might be wondering, why fight over southwest Oru Village? It's all about territory control. As we observe right now, over here, if squad 2 can slip around here, the back FOB will be in trouble. We can see Super is already on the point, and he's going to provide that intel to OWLS. In a bit, we might be seeing the commander launch an airstrike and artillery against the back FOBs, which will prevent the mortars from firing further and allow one team to have the upper advantage pushing against the other team. Going in right now, we go ahead and observe Mayday's POV. He's getting inside. Looks like he's on, I believe, the first or second floor, trying to find the HAB. The HAB looks to be on the, probably the, yep, it looks to be above, not the first floor, but the second floor. Good engagements right now as that FOB takes a lot of hits. Mortars exploding right on top of the point, with the red team having full security on Crab's Crossing. On the northwestern side, UAV has been activated, possibly from Commander, from the ULD side, having watch visuals on both FOBs. ULD's UAV now being able to see where both spawn points are at from ULD's side. Sorry, the OWLS Commander has vision on both ULDs. Going up here, this is an active flag, but and also now currently the next attack flag for OWLS. BTR from ULD providing the cover right now with Jesus from ULD here. Super causing a lot of chaos very soon. BTR providing that cover, but there's only one player right now from OWLS. He's gonna need more people if he wants to initiate this, of course. He's asking for help, of course. And right now, Ice Cream OP, along with more ULD players spawning on the back flag at Barn to back it up. The good news for them is that Poison, with their BTR and the Logi truck here, they do have the supplies and the vehicle backup they need for that security. It's going to get very loud very soon at this flag, but right now, red team is preoccupied trying to take down the FOB from the blue team here. Going down right now. Looks like the blue team sending a full squad to save the point right now. We're going to get into the POV of KevDog. Going inside the point. Let's see if we can kind of see what's going on in here. OWLS Noman inside the building in the corner with ULD now slowly overpowering the point, and a C4 comes out to take out the radial health. Now on bleed out. ULD figuring out contingency plan right now to build it back up. Situations as follows. The C4 just exploded the health of the radio, but we do have enough blue team players to dig this back up to save the radio. If this ticket if the radio goes down, they lose a lot of tickets from this. If they can at least save this hab, they have a chance at regaining the bridge security for the flag capture. Going outside the flag as follows. Blue team vehicle BTR providing the security against the incoming OWL players right now. As we look at the map, they're still sending more players along with the 4SS and double heavy vehicles right now about to engage. Heavy vehicles about to engage right now. The blue team BTR has a direct line of sight. This is it. The engagement. Vehicle versus the other vehicle. ULD smokes out yellow health and bails out of the situation, knowing that possible hats and lats from OWLS are going to close in on him, along with the double vehicles inbound to his location. Good call on that as ULD, Poison, and Rommel go back to base. On the western side here, we have the secondary front line with the full squad versus the other full squad. All spread out right now on the western front lines near Oru Village. They have now spread to the western perimeter of the map right here, engaging against each other in a wide circle here.
Tracks ready, by the way.
ULD's UAV has now been activated nearby the red team's FOB to the south. The first airstrike should now be available for both teams to utilize against each other. Vehicle going back to main base, like I mentioned, for the repairs. Right now, OWLS going in. Facing north towards the bridge. He's very far off, but he does have a good sniping gun. Vehicle takes a hard hit right now. Mad Dog takes a hat. Bridge crossing. The right side of bridge crossing is where vehicles will be able to cross. Anything in between they cannot cross, but infantry can utilize and take advantage and capitalize these areas where the sandbags are to hold the bridge. Inside the area, now the LAV with the cannon from OWLS securing the area against the hab. Blue team taking a lot of casualties inside the building. The hab is on the second floor. Oh, jeez. A secondary C4 launched out by 4SS. He has made it inside. And now they're quickly undigging. Radio getting undug right now. Not looking too good. Will the blue team send help? Watching the windows right now. ULD Pony on the other building. We got one player right here. Nazrat's gonna potentially try to save it. We're getting to his POV right now. If he can save this radio, they can hold the front lines.
You've got one mark south of their hat. Is it still in me?
As we watch Nazrat's POV on the bottom right here, over on flag, looking pretty quiet right now with red team fresh FOB. Safe and sound on the southwestern side. Red team has now repositioned their focus to the northwest. Alright, overall map flows as follows. Right now, ULD, even though they're struggling right now at this blue area here at the middle flag at bridge, they still have a chance. If this FOB falls from ULD, they will lose the entire middle front line and have to fall back more north, back to their main flag here. The blue team is still holding out as best as they can at the western flag, but you can see red team, they're slowly starting to send at least 2 squads going northwest to hit the next flag. The defense for blue team, they don't have to worry too much about it because you can see it's pretty empty directly on the flag cap radius because everybody's already clustered trying to take out the FOB northeast of the flag point. Commander's FOB, even though the ULD's UAV has vision on it, it's still safe and sound. Mortars on the northwest are going to be a bit decommissioned until blue team can resecure the security here, and then they can relaunch mortars to try to make a push back to bridge. But right now, both teams are going on the offensive right now. Blue team is doing really well holding out this FOB, and they have now recovered the save on the FOB and will now slowly start to spawn their players once the HAB gets reactivated. The timer's going up, and once that goes back to safe and sound, we're going to see a lot of blue team mass spawn in the point. But OWLS, they know this. They're going to try to capitalize on the cooldown of the HAB as it tries to recover itself and try to push into the building to proximity disable the HAB. More OWLS, and that's the 4SS coming in again. We'll get into his POV. We might see him send another C4 at the same radio location. Keep in mind, this is going to be their round attempt number 3 to take out the radio utilizing C4 and shovels. So he knows where it's at again. He's getting in there. Oh, geez, sorry, this camera's messed up. Did he set the C4? No C4 yet, but he'll set it very soon. As we go up to the northwestern side, let's see how that's doing. No airstrikes being launched yet, with LAV from OWLS going for repairs right now. Commander St. Edge holding down the line, staying within his HAB area to be able to launch airstrikes. ULD now pushing out more players from the northwestern HAB. Northwestern side looking safe and sound right there. You can see the grid marks. That's the flag capture zone there. Zooming out right now, Ice Cream OP leading his squad down to push further south to push the enemies away from the hot zone. If the blue team can try to keep the enemies away from the HAB radius and keep them more over here, everything will be okay. And you can see right now, red team, they're sending a bit more players here to try to push out the blue team HAB here. They're still struggling, with ULD still struggling with their HAB here, but at least they still have their back flag that they can utilize some defensives at. Going down here to the south, let's go ahead and check out Commander's situation. You can see it's safe and sound, really. You've got a player on the top here, St. Edge, that's Commander himself. Looks like he's already marking stuff. You can see his arm moving there, so he's marking some visuals that he sees using his binoculars. The HAB here looks like this is it. This is it for this HAB. Going up to 4SS here. He's watching the windows, making sure no more blue team players from ULD get inside this building. You got an airstrike coming at the HAB right now. There it is, South HAB. ULD launching their first airstrike against OWLS right now. Will it work? That's it. It'll be right around the corner. Jeez. HAB is safe. HAB is safe. HAB is under the building. No damage to the HAB. Solid airstrike. Good attempt at that. Moving up to the northwest. Commander on ULD's side in the barn area with LAV OWLS along with Squad 12, 400 moving up north right now to initiate the assault. I'm trying to make the icons bigger. Map icon scaling. Perfect. Oh, lovely. Okay, that's perfect. I'll take... Oh, no, sorry. I'll keep it at 1. That's perfect. That's what I need. Okay. Perfect.
Just went down your east there, 4.
Looks like we have an LEV going northeast to chase the vehicle there. That's quite interesting. 4SS going inside. Vehicles going back there. We got double vehicles. This is not good. Okay, so right now, both OWLS vehicles are going to main base of ULD. We might be seeing a potential... They're gonna hunt that vehicle before it even leaves main. They see it. They have a direct line of sight on that. Holy cow. No mercy with OWLS. They're going straight into the main base, preventing the vehicle from OWLS from leaving. Jeez Louise. Okay, so overall map flows as follows. ULD FOB at the bridge has now fallen. Back fob over here from Commander, from OWLS, A-OK, a lot of ammo, so they can start utilizing mortars against ULD to the north. ULD's mortars on their back defense FOB here has been, they're still active, but right now they can't utilize it because they're already getting hits coming in from the south from the red team. Red team, they're closing shop right now, wiping out any last bit of blue team members here near the bridge, and then they're going to slowly trickle to the western side against the next flag to continue. The vehicle's now leaving main base, and we're about to see some engagements right now. Oh, jeez. One hit. Solid. Vehicle's trying to move away from the weak spot, and that's it. OWLS takes a kill against ULD. That's status for you. LAV takes the win on that one. Vehicle downed. Moving down south.
Yeah, I'll join you in a row if last getting main. I won't try.
Ticket count is as follows: 61 ULD to 205, 206 OWLS.
Yeah, he will have that. He's pop smoke. They're mortaring the big crate on Narova.
Going back to the western flag at Barn. Majority of ULD players now spawning in, with a lot of red team players trickling in right now from the southeast and about to hit it from here. Blue team members, they're trying to spread out as they spread out and spawn in at the hab here, and eventually red team's going to come with a huge push on the southeast. Mortars are now being utilized by the red team here. Wherever the mortars are at. Explosions are being landed right now at the point. ULD, they're holding it. It's quiet so far, but right now, red team's not too far out right now. They're about less than 150 meters to the southeast. On the southwestern side, blue team are now in position in the forest against OWL players, but the OWL players are very sharp shooters. We already have Super going here. He caused a lot of devastation earlier at this flag, and he's going at it again. Going to the eastern side, crab crossing, full security red team. Fresh vehicle here from St. False and St. Gloriana going for the repairs with 7,000 ammo at their disposal. Mortars on the south side already marked by ULD. Commander's FOB right there. FOB is in a safe spot. Vehicle's right there. Vehicle repair station on the other end of the building. Overall flag cap status at the bridge. It's still an active flag, although ULD has now lost their territory control along the northeastern building where their hab was previously at there. Go on the northern side. Majority of blue team players now holding down a wide security at the flag, pushing outside the flag perimeter and holding every single building they can on the southeastern sector. We're gonna get into Supra's POV right now. He's shooting west against Nightmare. You have a fresh rally point in the south here. OWLS utilizing it for spawn. Squad 2 taking a very wide flank on the western side of the map there. Try to go move up north to try to divert the ULD players away from the flag to try to find an opening. So I want to highlight something real quick. So this is a very interesting maneuver from both teams that we're seeing. So of course, ULD, they have their fresh FOB with the majority of their team spawning at the defense flag and spreading, spreading themselves wide all over the south and the southeastern side. The red team, OWLS, are actually going wide flanks here that we can see on this side, and they're also sending individual smaller squads attacking very linearly from the southeastern direction. So the red team knows that as long as they can keep providing pressure in the southeast, eventually, surely but slowly, they'll be able to slowly pinch and sandwich the point. The blue team, their security is very strong. They can hold all these buildings, but it's going to be quite a firefight. A lot of stalemates, a lot of back and forth shooting with each other. But as long as they can hold at least the southern horizontal, they can hold this flag. In terms of a potential assault from ULD, it's not over yet. Blue team, of course, they're definitely thinking about trying to find an opening back to the northern side of the bridge to cap it. But it's going to be very difficult. Tickets are low. Red team, they know that potentially they're on a ticket advantage right now, so they're just making sure that they spread themselves wide as they focus on the flag and also as they lock out the blue team from any territory control. That's OWL's strategy on winning this match, and they're doing really good at that as well.
Enemy rallying north or remarked accurate.
On the eastern side, we can see everybody's really spread out in Narva right now. They have a couple trees to their advantage to use, but everybody's really far out. It'll take a little bit until each squad can actually engage each other and go for the firefights and make some push against each other. On the northern side, looks like we have a lot of devastation and explosion mortars killing Drifter right now. Those mortars are being utilized from the south. That's led by OWL's Noob. Looking pretty quiet on the northern side. On the flag point, no contestation right now from the red team from OWLS. ULD still has full security at the back barn flag. On the southeastern side, they're still holding it out. ULD against OWLS. A lot of trade for trade shots right there on the top left of the kill feed. On the bridge side, bridge looking pretty quiet so far with Commander fresh FOB right here. It looks like Trojan's going to get right behind him. Again, into his POV if I can get launched. There you go. Perfect. Commander's on top right there. Machine gun facing northwest, sniping the ULD players. Logi gonna get engaged right now. Oh, geez, sorry, this camera's messed up. Logistics truck gets destroyed. If I can zoom this one in. That's a kill for them. That's it. That vehicle is a problem for ULD because that vehicle has now taken out another vehicle from ULD. That's OWLS A9 and 4SS. They're causing a lot of devastation to the vehicles from Blue Team as they roam around the map and really flank behind. Without that vehicle now, the logistics truck is going to have a problem getting supplies because they no longer have the logistics truck. Down here, looks like ULD is going to make a far back south flank against Commander's FOB from OWL's side. This is incredible. That's Robot and Bushnell right now. How did they get to the south side? Sneaky tactics, utilizing a vehicle that they drove around the map. Here it is. If this radio goes down, ULD might have a chance with the 18 tickets they have left to turn this game around at the bridge. Rocket goes out. No damage on that. Trojan is inside the point right now, watching the... You can see Trojan's right here. This is his kill... Sorry, not his kill feed. His view as Ice Cream OP now mobilizes into the building, engaging against Ronin. Taken out by Ronin. Trojan going down. 1-for-1 kill. Humvee, led by St. Owls, watching the front and now going inside as we go under the building to see where the position of the radio is. Vehicle repair station is inside the building. Radial's on C4 damage, and St. Edge is going to build it back up. It is currently on bleed out and now saved by OWLS. Very close call on that, but it's not over yet. Don't breathe too soon. Robot is coming in as we go ahead and get into his POV, taking out Sergeant Edge, St. Edge right there. And Bushnell coming in. He's going to dig down the radio as we get into his POV.
Good rebound, please. Yep.
Solid save right now by the... Jeez. Solid save right now by Robot. Radio's on bleed out. Holy camoli.
Big push coming northeast about hab.
Overall map flows as follows. UAV activated by one of the teams there. Commander from ULD holding out inside barn, waiting for the next artillery strike right there. Red team is now on a vertical eastern side, and I just saw Mark come out. We're about to see where the next artillery is going to be launched. Thank you, Reels, for putting out the word. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in as well. Going inside here. Red team is not giving up. They're going to fight really hard to hold this down, and this is not good for them at all. Owls now sending in their cannon striker vehicle to hold down the door with more. Oh my gosh, a full squad moving in right now to try to save the radio. Robot has now been taken out, and the radio is now saved. Going under right now. It's not over yet. Blue team still trying to send rockets down to engage up against the red team as they try to save the radio. Samarj taken out. Western side, Rommel's still in the game. Rommel's still at it, trying to cause a devastation against the red team, against 2 vehicles along with a full squad, holding down the radial security here. It is a cluster. Nice try from ULD at that. Very sneaky tactics. But the good news, let me say something real quick here. So really quick, what we're about to see right now is a red assault from the northeast. We'll check that out in just a sec. On the south right now, the red team FOB from OWLS has just been saved at a very close clutch, but it's not over yet. ULD still has Squad 3's rally point on the southwestern side that they can try to make another sneak attack by spawning there and going up and try to hit the FOB from the southwestern side. Going up to here, the flag is now being attacked from the red team OWLS. ULD's in trouble right now as we quickly teleport to Uno's location. 4SS coming in right here. Engage it. Commander's on the second. I was gonna say second floor, but he's on top of the roof of the hab. Commander gets wiped out. He's calling it in. He's calling in backup right now. Enemies on the hab. 4SS about to set the explosive. And now they're pushing in. 12 tickets left, -1 per minute. We hear a vehicle somewhere around the map here. Heavy vehicle from USA OWLS team coming on the south side. Wiping out the ULD players, holding down the southeastern side. Overall map flow is as follows. The FOB is about to fall now from ULD. If that falls, it will be game. That will be a minus at least 10 ticket deduction right now. UAV now being set by the OWLS commander on top of the point. This is going to be a very difficult save for ULD, but it's not over yet. We still have a couple of blue ULD players trying to hold the point. They're losing a lot of players, but there's still a chance. A miracle would have to happen. Down here on the southeastern side, red team's recovering from the hard, sneaky assault from the ULD side here. Very solid save from OWLS team. They're very good. You saw when Robot and the rest of the team from ULD was taking down the radio one by one very quickly on the western side. The red team was sending all their people to save it, and they saved it. And that's it. Major defeat. OWLS wins by 167 tickets. Great job to both teams. Look at the scoreboard. Good stuff. Great first round. We'll be on a 5-minute break. right, let's do a quick recap of how the match went earlier. I want to highlight a couple things for everybody here. All right, let me explain a couple things. So first of all, thank you all for tuning in so far, and hope that everyone's enjoying this squad rivals match. OWLS versus ULD. Really great gameplay, really great teamwork, really great coordination and tactics and armor gameplay that we saw earlier. Both teams performed absolutely amazingly, legendarily throughout this match. We have seen squad gameplay performed at the highest level tonight, today, in this tournament. Special shout out to the tournament organizers. You know who you are. Special shout out to the teams. Special shout out to the players for their commitment, dedication, and energy that they put into their tournament. They have put their hearts and souls to performing at the highest level that this game has ever seen. And special shout out to you, the friends and families out there around the world watching in the big screen TVs, whether in the bars, in the clubs, at your homes, or anywhere out there. Hope that you're all enjoying this match. Again, my name is Socrates, your Shoutcaster. Hope that you all enjoy this. So really quick, let's highlight what happened in round one. So ULD, they were on the northern side, and OWLS was on the southern side. What we saw was a heavy contestation at the bridge flag here. The FOB from ULD was set on the northeastern side, and the commander's FOB was just set on the southwestern side here. We saw a lot of back flanks on the southwestern side as both teams try to hold a southwestern front line here and also a southeastern front line here. Near the mid-time of the match, the blue team's FOB on the northeast of the bridge fell after around 3 attempts. At that point, ULD got pushed back a bit northwest, back to the defense western flag. At that point, the territory control was in the favor of OWLS. OWLS miraculously was able to take this out after 3 attempts. And it was hard, but the good news for their OWLS team is that they knew exactly where their radio position was after they found it the first time. So all they had to do was just keep sending people in and try to get lucky, at least by sending, either people shoveling it down or setting the C4 on top of the radio. Now OWLS had that at their advantage, their FOB at the southwest. They had mortars on the southern end of the flag, and also they had a repair station, and it was also barely getting attacked by the ULD. We saw ULD, they try to set an airstrike from west to east there, a cast airstrike, but because the HAB was under shelter, the HAB took no damage. Now, with the red team taking over the bridge flag here, they were able to slowly, after they made sure that everybody, all the trickling ULD players from the blue team were all wiped out on the eastern and the northern side, they sent all their players northwest against the next flag on the western side. And we can see OWLS performed extremely well with their positioning, their flanking, and their armor gameplay. Their armor gameplay users were absolutely amazing. They took out a lot of blue team vehicles. They were roaming around the map literally all over, and they were literally taking out very critical vehicles from ULD. So we saw a squad, again, being performed at the highest squad gameplay at the highest level from both teams. Looks like the break is over, and we're going to get started very soon. Again, you're watching OWLS versus ULD, Squad Rivals 2024. Hope that you all enjoy this legendary awesomeness. That's it. Next round started. We're going to be on OWLS team to check out their comms.
Advance and secure. Push out and secure all objective areas.
That's it. We're in. Second round is now live. Gonna make our squad right now. Really good stuff here. So now we're going to be on the OWLS team here behind us. They're full of energy. Special shout out to all the OWLS players here. You know who you are.
坐三零炮，从火车站往南打。啊，你对方偏哪儿，我给你丢哪儿。二哥。
All right, situations as follows. We're about to see a very similar movement from both teams across the map. On the western side, looks like they're focusing their efforts on Barn, both teams that being. And on the eastern side, of course, the mid flag at the bridge. Looks like at the farm, they have an activation there. It's a move mark, but there might be an FOB activation there from the OWLS team. Likewise, from the ULD side on the southern end, they're going to be getting similar placements along the map. Throughout this match, we can see, especially with both teams on the opposite ends, north and the south, they're going to be going in and they're going to hold a horizontal front line either from the west all the way to the east, making sure that they hold bridge and also making sure they attack the back FOBs from both teams to disable their mortar users and also to make sure that, you know, their foundations are toppled. It's all about territory control and having that land control around the map. And of course the flanking and the boom boom bangs. Looks like the FOB mark and a half being declared on the northeastern side here. Helicopter marks. Not sure what that represents, but we could see a lot of goodness is about to get down here, my friends. Special shout out to Commander St. Edge on OWLS. On the other blue, I'm sorry, not the blue team. On the ULD team, here are the squads as follows. Command led by ULD Ono, along with teammate Rice Lover there as well. Special shout out to our ref Rum. Special shout out to the other caster here, my colleague Bog. Match starting in 1 minute. A lot of move marks as follows. We can see the marks led by both teams on the map, very detailed. We can see once the team gets disembarked here, they're going to make a flank to the southeast like that. Likewise, we have, it looks like these are owl marks going from north to south here, and also another green arrow from here to here. So you can see owls going to spread themselves here on the southwest and also on the southeast going that way. So this is going to be very wide flanks that we're going to see multiple front lines and a lot of different engagements throughout the map. We'll try to capture everything, but there's going to be a lot of goodness that we will see. Special shout out to my mod Rose. Thanks for being here as well. Thanks for your help.
吃饭了。
多多，你嘴里含着啥？
我俩去约炮呀。
关你啥事？
右车
开了开了，
下啊！
关。
That's it. The match has now begun. Let's go. Oh, jeez. Jeez. Over on map flows as follows. Both teams rolling out good. Heavy vehicles watching from the behind on the southwestern side, north side as well. Vehicles backing up from the behind as well. Vehicles splitting west side on OWL side and east as well. First engagements looks to be at crossing right now at the bridge. They will have a direct line of sight against each other. Armor has full visuals right now. ULD pushing up to Oru Village to cap it first with the back flag. Oh, jeez. Vehicle bypasses right now. Lorian soloing the vehicle now. Xiao Hal taken out by Owls. Owls disembarks at the first building that we saw from first round. Looks like an FOB activation will come very soon with Commander leading his team. ULD FOB launched on the south end right here. Away from danger right now near power plant. First flag. Oh jeez, this camera. Vehicles going up north for the security. Owls holding it out right now with hats coming in to engage. OWLS pushing south on the bridge through infantry, holding down the perimeter now, making sure that nobody crosses the crossing bridge. Madness holding the eastern edge of the bridge on top. Shooting out right now. Mad Dog taken out. Sniping shots on the eastern side. FOB radio getting activated right now by OWLS inside that same building that we saw earlier, with Commander getting himself situated there. ULD FOB to the south, full security right now with double ULD rally points here and here as a blue team, sorry, as a red team. ULD tries to make a push along the train tracks to the bridge. On the western side here, Oru Village getting capped by ULD with the new southwest FOB activation on the southwest here from Ono as he gets himself situated as well. Barn full cap right now by OWLS, with Squad 2 trickling down to the southeast as well, holding down the horizontal here against ULD players there. Going on the bridge, situations as follows. Multiple trading shots on top of the surface of the bridge as ULD pushes hard north to get close to where the building is of OWLS FOB. Multiple explosions coming out right now. Where are the vehicles at? Where are the vehicles? North vehicles right now. Vehicle on the western side, OWLS, and a vehicle from the east, ULD. That is led by Frogman, along with Trojan. Vehicle marks in the north. OWLS, safe and sound, going back with their Logi for more supplies. Mortars being instantly activated by ULD facing northeast to launch explosions directly on the bridge there. Explosions inbound, pending soon, with OWLS, BTR holding down the perimeter next to the hab for security. BTR is damaged. Health is not looking too good. Health is at less than 40%, with cannon taking already a lot of damage. His turret is already damaged, so he's going to have a hard time rotating that cannon. He's going to have to RTB if he's going to want to have turn that cannon quickly. But he's going to hold it out. Right now, mortars exploding from ULD side that we saw earlier down here. Northern side, Oru Village about to get full cap from Squad 3 and Squad 4. Ticket count as follows. OWLS 264 to 273. Match is still even right now. North side looks like we have some engagements all the way on the north side. Oh, jeez. As we try to teleport to the players up there. Vehicle gets destroyed. OWLS heavy tracked vehicle mobilizing, trying to take out the ULD players that snuck up on the northeastern side. They are still alive. They are still alive on the northeastern side, but the vehicle now from blue team is going to push south because of the threats they are now receiving from the red team at the bridge. So far, so good. Explosions causing a lot of devastation against the OWLS team as they try to take shelter in the hab and stay away from the explosion radius. Shift click to view all collapsed squads. Thank you. I forgot that command. I was like, man, I did it before, but I forgot, so I had to expand them each individually. Thanks for the save. Thank you, Jimmy James. Makes it very enjoyable to watch. Awesome possum. I'm glad you enjoy it. Looks like we have Commander on top of the building at the top here. That's what OWLS Commander tends to do. He tends to go on the top of the building to get the visuals. As we check out his visuals to see what he sees, to get the visual intels for his team. See, he's already marking stuff out. He's marking Nightmare down there. He's already shot him right there from the far western side. That's Commander's for sure. Vehicle BTR driving up. Okay, really quick. We're about to see some serious action. We have ULD vehicles rolling around, roaming on the western side of the map, pushing down south. They might be making a flank to the east to try to hit bridge. On the bridge side, blue team full security at the bridge, but taking a lot of mortar fire from the ULD mortars facing northeast here. Explosions occurring at the bridge itself, but blue team, by sheer numbers, they have still full security at the bridge in favor of OWLS. Looks like ULD is going back nearby the hab. Mortars, special shout out to ULD Stubbs for launching the explosions to allow us to see the boom boom bangs occur throughout this match. And thank you, Rose. Thank you so much for your help and your support. The explosions coming out. This is insane. We're going to send a reporter down to the front lines to observe and give us commentary. Wait, what? So right now I'm getting sent to the front lines to report on the situation. The mortars are being launched by ULD players directly on the bridge, which is causing all the The good news for OWLS is that they have their BTR support on the northern side to hold out their FOB. Commander, special shout to Saint Edge there. He has the top of the apartments along with the sandbags to get visual intels from a high ground for the rest of his blue team members as they push south on the bridge. Crabs Crossing in favor, 75% cap progress in favor of OWLS as blue team starts making an aggressive assault to the southeast. Mortars now being utilized by OWLS, north side, 4SS crewman kit. Earlier, he was utilizing the shovel kit, the C4, last round, so he's an excellent player from their team. ULD explosion save on that wacko, gets under shelter at the last minute there as mortars explode. Throughout this match, we have seen some serious mortar gameplay from both teams. They don't miss, and they mean business. Going down to the southeast, a secondary FOB now. So overall situation, weather's looking pretty rocky, pretty shaky. So both FOBs from ULD on the southwest here and also on the southeast here, directly on the apartments flag here for that security. Blue team, OWLS, they're now pushing in now that they've secured their FOB at the bridge. Commander has full visuals, now activating a UAV. That's the blue team OWLS UAV against the ULDs. We're going to see a quick airstrike occur to try to take out possibly the HAB or the mortars. Blue team now trickling slowly to the southeast to initiate the next flag capture there at the apartments. Sorry, not the next, sorry. Let me start over. They're going to push here because they know their spawn's here. The next active flag from bridge is actually over here. So eventually blue team, they're trying to wipe shop to make sure that they have territory control here. And after that, they're going to push west here to hit the next flag. Mortars, ULD now relaunching to the northeast against the blue team. We still have the POV of the BTR. Wheels are half health. It's going to have to repair that soon. OWLS comms, it's going. OWLS comms is going. Double heavy vehicles, Rommel and Brodog now mobilizing to the western side to the next flag. Blue team now pushing closer against the southeastern FOB near squad 2, 5, and 1. We have triple ULD squads pushing north to try to save this area here to allow the spawn to still be spawnable. The HAB has been marked by OWLS team. They have already pinpointed the location of the HAB. Now it's just a matter of time of sending blue team players to try to wipe it out. Ticket counts as follows: 273 to 232. OWLS leading by 40 tickets, but this game is still about even. ULD's losing territory, but they have a solid defense. They can quickly position themselves, and they're going to the offensive now. We're going down up close and personal. Explosions coming out. OWLS comms is going. Going up to the north side, red team players taking a couple devastation right now as they try to engage close up against the BTR from OWLS. OWLS devastating all the ULD players on the western side here. Ice Cream OP on the eastern side. Robot the survivor as we get into his POV there real quick. He's going to try to revive Ice Cream OP to continue the assault against the FOB. UAV now activated by ULD's commander to the northeast to try to get a next airstrike going. No airstrikes have been launched yet, but right now both commanders are trying to figure out where exactly the FOB radials are at, and then from there, even though they know that the HAB is going to be under shelter, which will render any cast airstrikes useless, at least they will know which building in particular to target. That's what both teams are trying to capitalize on. In the meantime, both teams' infantry squads are trying to buy their commanders enough time to get the visual intels they need by keeping themselves busy here, and also to make sure that the bridge, FOB, and the flag is still kept at security as well. going here right now. Got a lat hack there from OWLS pushing in. Multiple explosions on the area right now. To assist with the immersion of this game, we will turn on the music. Double heavy vehicles moving down southwest as well. Mortars led by Aaron facing northeast. Squad 1 and 2 ULD now pushing together as a squad on a horizontal line, pushing up directly north right there. This is it. Helicopter marking where the explosion might land. Blue team still full security along with BTR support on the north. Squad 3 ULD now pushing on the western side with Squad 2 closing in on the south. Both heavy vehicles now linking up with each other, engaging now. Kev Dog, Gundalf, and Madras, Madness pushing in. Looking pretty risky right now. Heavy vehicles now going in to engage. Vehicle engagement about to happen now. This is it. Double vehicles, both heavy vehicles against each other. Who has a better maneuvering and positioning? Smokes deployed. Cannon gets launched. Amazing hit. Poison Bulldog downed. Both BTR and OWLS vehicle survives. One vehicle down, two vehicles down. ULD takes a heavy loss on both vehicles as both OWL vehicles mobilize to the west. Hat takes a hit on that against OWLS, heavy damage. 30% health. Vex, thanks so much for your support. Mortars non-stop against OWLS right now, pinning down the team for the blue team in their building. Southeastern side looks like it's about to calm down now. Overall weather is as follows. Blue team has now been pushed out slightly back to where the bridge FOB is at after the slight engagement from the vehicles up north. On the southwestern side, ULD FOB with commander is still safe and sound. Red team is recovering their FOB on the southeast as well as the battle line gets pushed back up from here, back up north to the bridge. We're about to also see a flank from Squad 10 at Ori Village as they initiate the cap in favor of OWLS. Explosion coming out right now. Mortars have been marked. Going up here into the area. We're only 15 minutes in. Ticket counts as follows: 244 to 170. Ticket gap 70 in favor of OWLS. OWLS now initiating the cap 52% and going down in Ori Village till neutralization right there. The cap is going down pretty quickly now with 3 players on the flag point. Vehicle gets destroyed right now from OWLS. Squad 6 downed. North side here, Trojans setting some mines on the MSR route against OWLS as they try to make their way back, utilizing their Logi trucks. But it looks like the Logi trucks from OWLS know that there are mines on the map, so they're going to try to take any other path around. On this map, because it's such a wide map, it's going to be difficult to get any mines around. It's difficult to make your mines actually hit the vehicle. If the vehicle does hit the mines, and it's a very lucky shot. But because of all these roads, it's going to be tough. A lot of options for vehicles to drive around. Up here on the north, on the south side, ULD FOB already marked by OWL. Squad 10 mobilizing to the south. Mortars launching on directly the point right now, missing on the south. OWL's in shelter in the building with Samarj. We're gonna check his POV real quick here as he tries to save the flag against the threats from the blue team. BTR St. False pushing in right now against heavy infantry presence on the east. Smoking out right now. This is crazy. OWL's opening fire. Mad Dog in the shelter right now. ULD taking shelter. Nazrat and Brutal. Nazrat needs a revive. Madness damaged as well. Squad 6 Frogman. ULD managed to sneak a northern rally point at the map there. They don't have any Latin hats nearby to engage up against 400 there. Trojan's going to try to get a shovel in and try to get an explosive against Commander's FOB from OWL's side. It's just a matter of time before Trojan gets close enough to cause a lot of devastation and chaos up against the bridge fob. Commander is still on the top of the rooftop. Special shout to Saint Edge right there. His own little personal sandbag and a machine gun. Logi bringing back more supplies. Trojan getting very close as well. We'll monitor Trojan. We'll monitor Trojan real quick there. Actually, let me actually aim my camera sights on him. We'll keep Trojan's POV on our bottom right of the screen as we check out everybody else down here on the southeast. Overall situation is as follows. Looks like Commander from ULD is going to try to push up a bit north to try to save the Oru Village flag down here. Blue Team OWLS is now pushing down further southeast to make the enemies from ULD's side away from the bridge to make sure that their FOB from Blue Team is safe and sound. Mortars have slightly decreased as both teams try to reconfigure their forces and reposition everybody in the right locations. ULD, right now, ULD, you can see they're trying to capitalize on the southeastern FOB to try to get a horizontal push north and then eventually push this way to the flag. Southwestern side, not enough people for the support against Oru Village. About to get neutralized right now at 18.9% at the top of the screen there. But ULD right now, most of the, you can see it's very interesting. Most of the forces from ULD is being focused on the eastern side here, which in a way is good. But at the same time, they're losing foothold in the southwestern flag here. But the good news is that the commander from ULD, along with the few amount of red team players here, they have enough, just slightly enough people to still hold this flag out, try to tug of war the flag. But right now, you can see most of the battle is being focused on the eastern FOB here near the bridge flag. So right now, the blue team's approach is, you can see blue team, they're spreading themselves in all different directions. And blue team OWLS, their approach is really to spread everybody like wide and to get a horizontal push from north to south, like what we saw from last round. They did it from a horizontal approach from south to north. Same approach this round, except now it's the flip side from opposite teams. But right now, ULD, with both FOBs, this is actually helping them do really well in the defense that they're able to hold out for this long. And we saw throughout this match, both teams capitalizing on mortar fire to provide a lot of explosive cover for the team right here. As we zoom out, you can see a lot of blue team members are now pushing into the southeast. Now, there's a chance that blue team, they're hoping that they can time it properly where they can actually fully cap this flag, and with all the blue team already pushing here, they'll already be at the flag by the time this flag gets capped. It's a timing issue, but at this point they can tell they're going to need to dedicate a bit more forces from the OWLS team against the flag here at Oru. Thank you SLC for the subscription. Looks like ULD took a lot of casualties. Samarj is still alive. Trojan running out around the area up against Al Supreme. BTR still active on the map. OWLS in favor right now. Scanning as we see the cannons along the map. We're going to send our caster to the front lines to see what's going on here with all the cluster of infantry along with BTR support and explosions. So far, looking good. OWLS team is sending help right now. BTR providing support on the northeastern. What? So far, so good. With that BTR support, the blue team is able to quickly overpower the HAB located on the southeastern building. This is the building in question. A lot of blue team casualties, but the blue team has now pinpointed the location of the HAB. Situation is as follows. We're currently trying to throw grenades up into the building to try to take up the HAB. The HAB has been marked by OWLS. They do know it's in there. Now they're going to send all the help and keep the BTR nearby, driving around this building to make sure nobody from ULD spawns and takes the eastern spot. Go on the northern side. How's Trojan doing? Trojan now getting right up close in person on the radio there. We're tracking him on the bottom right of our screen. He's waiting, trying to find the right opportunity to sneak in on the radio. Explosions coming out right now. Gundalf pinned down. Going up northwest. Let's see how Order Village is doing. Up here right now, looks like an FOB attempted to get activated from the blue team, but now getting a lot of devastation right now from ULD. Karma's Light took a casualty there, but looks like OWLS is going to get a new FOB activated at Oru Village. Overall situations as follows. We're going to check out Trojan in just a second, the bridge, to see if he's able to take that FOB down in favor of ULD. But right now, OWLS, they're going on the offensive. They're making a new FOB at the western side at Oru Village, and from here is going to be a direct threat to ULD's FOB here where Commander's at. Once that secondary HAB comes up, blue team's going to slowly trickle more forces here, push hard, secure the flag once and for all to lock in the tickets, and then push full force down to this FOB. And at the same time, the few blue team members here, they're going to keep pressuring this eastern FOB as well. At that point, the territory control for ULD is going to be very difficult. Right now, blue team, they're capitalizing. They already have full control of this entire horizontal where the bridge is at. Full control of blue team right now. If they can get another FOB here, it'll quickly make the horizontal land control very easy for them. A secondary UAV gets activated right now by Commander from OWLS right now. A bigger wide radius to try to get visuals on the southwestern side. Got the silos on the southwestern side from Squad 4 led by Diz. Commander is now spawning in with more ULD players on the southwestern HAB to try to get players to help out here. Madness is on the point right now. It's looking quiet so far at Oru. It's still in full control. Oru Village is still in full control. Now getting recapped in favor of ULD. Ticket counts as follows: 200 to 85. OWLS leading by over 150 tickets. Going down to the eastern side, looks like the blue team has now overrun the eastern ULD FOB, and that's going to be a lot of tickets lost right now once they secure that building. HAB is on the second floor. Radio's getting dug down really fast. Very tactical gameplay. That's it. Radio's going down. Western side, UAV. Still active on this side. OWLS has now created a western FOB, now spawning a couple more blue troops here, now pushing direct southeast to recap Oru Village. Looks like Trojan has some razor wires. Going to try to lock out the radio. Check out the northern side, how Trojan's doing up there. Trojan does have support from squad 11 and 5. Sorry, not 11 and 5. He has support from squad 8 and 6. This is actually very interesting. We have an eastern flank from ULD, driven by Nazrat here, and Gondalf, and squad, Mad Dog, and Kev Dog. They're going to make an eastern flank. This, holy cow. Okay, we're about to see some serious flanking right now. ULD knows they're running low on tickets, but we're seeing a very aggressive back flank right now from ULD as they try to get their Logi up to the northeast. Likewise, OWLS is activating on the western side here, trying to get this flag cap going. The battle tie is now shifted here to Aura Village, and now still east where the bridge is at to provide more pressure in favor of ULD. That's squad 6, 2, and 8 on red team. Now Trojan's getting the backup he needs. Trojan is now marked accurately where the radio's at, and that's it. A C4 goes out on the radio. That's it. Radio's on bleed out. Great job to Trojan from ULD. Amazing, legendary, solid tactics that we have seen with the repair station inside the building. ULD now sending all the help from triple squads, securing building to building to try to make sure this FOB falls. The good news that blue team OWLS, quick relief force right here, St. False and St. Gloriana from OWLS holding down the line with their BTR. Opening fire. Doing their best to make sure, are there any blue team players coming? No. Right now, not looking too good on the save right now for OWLS up here. Red team has completely overpowered the building within 10 seconds with the explosion. The timing of that C4 was critical. Once the explosions came in, red team was just around the corner with triple squads ready to go. But the good news for blue team is that they're on the cap. They're going to stay here. They're going to focus their efforts on the southwest. They can afford to lose the tickets on that radio. They can afford to lose the tickets, but they can try to save it with whichever few blue team members are around the point to try to slow down this radio coming down. But it will come down because they're going to have to shovel it up. Aura Village now being capped by blue team. Triple squads 10, 12, and 2 with very few ULD resistance right now at 6% and going down to a neutralization. That's it. We're about to see a neutralization right now. Ticket 35 left on ULD. ULD with the takedown of that FOB and still taking a lot of threats right now from incoming blue players and the BTR. Commander is still alive in the top. He's asking for help. He's asking for help, but he's not going down yet. The radio has now fallen. Radio's now fallen. Commander needs help. That's it. Great gameplay from Trojan and ULD here as they took it out. The OWLS, unfortunately, were not able to save that radio in time, but they were able to afford the ticket losses there from the FOB takedown because they're about to cap Aura Village. It's truly legendary. Truly. All right. Alright. Situations as follows. Blue team about to full cap Aura Village for a quick flip of tickets right now. ULD extremely low on tickets right now. But the good news from ULD, they made a very game-changing maneuver on the eastern side, taking out the eastern FOB from OWLS. Commander from OWLS is stranded on the eastern apartments, unable to set any airstrikes because the HAB is now down and the radio is down. However, the blue team does have a chance. If they can at least cap this, it'll shift the battle tide down here and also further down to the southeast. Red team, they do have active Logi able to make a new FOB. Will they be able to counter neutral eastern side? Looks like not, because the Logi is down with a very few amount of red team players on the eastern side to try to hold the point. A lot of people trading shots with only 15 tickets remaining. This is looking very hard, very desperate measures right now as the blue team now overpower Commander's original FOB on the southwestern side. A vehicle is coming by to help out. They will spray fire this from the ULD side. This is about to get down. As we zoom out real quick, the vehicle is going to turn to make a left to try to save the FOB. That's it. OWLS overpowering the area, taking down all the infantry from red team right here. That's it. Going inside the HAB. HAB is now deactivated and proxied. That's it. Hats now pushing into the south right now as blue team starts slowly pushing up. red team. They're going to try to divert the forces from blue team by also countering the FOB and keeping the blue team BTR busy at the hab. Going to Bushnell's POV right now. And that's it. Major victory. OWLS wins by 227.
我都没放技能，他妈技能都不用放。
That was amazing. What was that command? I forgot the command. Dang it, I forgot the command. I'm sorry. We'll do the old stuff. No! Everyone's leaving. Oh, geez Louise, what's going on? I'm trying to scroll up on chat, but I forgot the command again to expand everybody's scores. Oh, this, what is going on with this? Hang tight, guys. I'll remember the command. That's it. I tried. Timeline. Here's the timeline. I know somebody asked for the timeline as well. Couple vehicle losses from the red team here. That's it. Great job to both teams. And that's game. So thank you all so much for coming to watch this epic match of squad rivals, OWLS versus ULD. Congratulations to OWLS for winning both rounds. Both teams were evenly matched. They had the best players, the best teamwork that we have ever seen in this game since its creation. We have seen squad teamwork, gameplay, coordinated tactics, armor gameplay, the airstrikes, the cast, the flanking, the mortar barrages, everything. We saw it all in this match. We saw peak legendary squad gameplay at the highest level. I hope that you all enjoyed that. Make sure to sign up for the squad tournaments in the future. Join a clan. Of course, OWLS and ULD, very fantastic people, high energy, happy people, very nice people, great group of people to play with. Definitely reach out to them if you're interested to join. You saw they're extremely good. They practiced for many, many months to get to this moment in the Squad Rivals tournament of 2024. Again, great job to both teams. Great try to ULD as well. They tried their very best. They never gave up to the very end. You saw, despite them being very low on tickets, they tried to do the backflanks on the eastern side of the bridge, and it was amazing. They took down the radio, but unfortunately, the flag caps, were against their favor, and they lost tickets very quickly. But again, overall, as long as everyone had a great time and everybody tried their 100% effort in this match that we have clearly seen that has been demonstrated, great leadership from both teams, and again, very, very special shout out to all of you, and thank you for coming to support your friends and family members playing in this match, playing in this tournament. And thank you to all the viewers for being here. Thank you to all the teams for putting out your energy, effort, and dedication to really participating in this tournament, to making it a really high quality gameplay that we've ever seen in this game, to really show the true potential of squad if played properly and at the fullest potential. Again, my name is Socrates, your Shoutcaster. Make sure to follow and subscribe for more epic streams. I'll see you all later. Happy Thanksgiving to all of you out there. If some of you are watching from America, have a great weekend. I'll see you all next time. Peace out. Have a good night. Thanks again.